What is the lie that I am referring to? The lie of this world. People that believe the lie like the programming, and they like the brainwashing and the indoctrination. However you want to label it. Now, I understand that doing the opposite of what society is doing, that just seems like, I don't know, kind of a cheap way of rebelling. Like, oh, look at me, I hate society, so I'm not gonna go along with society. I'm gonna rebel. Well, it's not like I made this conscious decision to be like all contraire or whatever, but it just makes sense to me. Like, whatever they're pushing in society, if I'm not interested in that, and I've tried being interested in that, I've tried doing the same shit that everybody else does, and I hate myself. And that's not just because I convinced myself of that. I really fucking hate myself. It's like trying to stop swearing. It's like I'm censoring myself, and I don't believe in censorship, you know? But it's like, I think that a lot of people, though, they assume that they're rebelling, but they're really just controlled opposition. You know, like Antifa. Antifa is a good example of this. Rebellion. But the real rebels are not banging on a drum and constantly drawing attention to themselves. In case you haven't noticed, like, most people don't know who I am. I have 4,000 YouTube videos on this channel alone, and people have no idea who I am. Because I don't believe in self-promotion. I fucking hate people that do that. They're just so annoying. And most of the time, they don't even have talent. You know? It's like people I do comedy with, like, they weren't funny during their entire 4 or 5 minutes. They weren't funny. But they feel the need to remind the audience who they are. First of all, the host of the mic introduces you. And after you get off the stage, they say, "Thank you so much, ba 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 ba," or "That was ba 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 ba," or "Put your hands together for ba 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 ba." Okay? You don't need to tell everybody that your name is ba 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 ba, because the host will mention that. That's the host's job. He'll mention it twice. So, and yes, the hosts of the mics are typically male because females suck at comedy. And not just because they're not funny, but because they can't handle being masturbated in front of. You know, and that's just ridiculous. They should get used to things like that if they're going to put themselves in an industry that's, like, inherently disgusting. Okay? Just shut the fuck up, bitch. Stop whining. Anyway. Sorry, I always go on a rant about women playing the victim anytime I start talking about female comics. But, I was saying something very, very, very important, and I totally forgot what it was. Not very good comics introducing themselves. I think that they do it because they're insecure. I don't think that they're horrible people or anything, but I think that of people attending church tonight because it's pascha. You always know like who's serious about their religion and who isn't. Because the people that aren't serious just show up during holidays. So I'm probably going to see a bunch of people that I haven't seen since last year. Anyway. I'm really excited about this service, though. It's a really, really awesome service. The services this whole week have been, like, really, really amazing. And, like, really emotional, too. It's a good thing. You know, it's kind of a serious thing, so we should take it seriously. But anyway, yeah. I take comedy very seriously. I don't just get up there and fuck off. You know, I'm pretty passionate about the things I believe in. And, oh wow, I'm actually like 10 minutes early. That's amazing. It's very, very rare. Watch me like not remember my shoes or something. Okay, no, I have them. That person was listening to some good tunes. They're jamming in that car. But yeah, like, I've seen so many comics just like get on stage and essentially jerk off, okay? Because all they're talking about is sex and their dick or their vagina or whatever, so it's like, yeah, they might as well just be playing with themselves on stage. So that's why I think it's like so stupid why like women would complain about that. I'm like, that's part of the culture, and you signed up for that whenever you insisted on being in a man's space, because that is the way that men are. And women are like that too. They want to pretend that they're not, but there's a reason why they're whining, because they can't rip out their offspring in all 50 states. It's because they're degenerate too. They can't complain about men being degenerate when they behave exactly like that. But anyway, yeah, it's just, people don't take the whole, like, standing in front of a group of people with a microphone in my hand, you know, they don't take that seriously at all. And they should, because, like, that's a really big deal. I just don't take that responsibility lightly, and especially as a woman, as much as I hate women talking, as I've mentioned, I say interesting things, I say things that are correct, and if I'm incorrect, I want you to correct me, and I will look up whatever you tell me to look up. Because I hate being wrong about stuff, and not because it's such a shameful thing to be wrong or anything. I mean, everybody is wrong at some point. Except Jesus. But that's because he was God. Was, is, always God. But it's just silly. People should care more about, you know, the things that they believe, like the way that they live their life. Like, they should care about that. But I guess, you know, if you live in a society that's totally nihilistic, like, you're not really going to have morals or ethics or anything that makes any sense.